come here, come here. Come here. Oh, come here, come here, come here. That right there is a Guntersville stud, boys. Oh, relax. You want to go home. You want to go home. Just like Bog. What's going on, guys? Welcome to mikeybalzz Fishing. So, what makes you joyful? You know what makes me joyful? When I come home and there's a box like this sitting on my stoop. I love you, Tackle Warehouse. If you're listening, I love you. Yep, you guessed it. We are doing a Tackle Warehouse unboxing today. I've got a bunch of cool baits. We're still in that like spring, summer transition. There's summer fish, there's fish in the grass. There's all kinds of things going on, so I figured it'd be a good time. I haven't spent any money since all this stuff started happening, so I kind of let loose on some Tackle Warehouse stuff. I grabbed a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna do some summer, kind of early summer, even late spring bait recommendations. I'm gonna show you what I got. I got swim baits, I got crankbaits, I got weird scrounger things. I don't even remember all the stuff that I ordered. That's a problem. I spent way too much. But we're gonna unbox this stuff. I am in the bass zone. We are getting ready to go fishing, so it's like the perfect time because I'm gonna bust these things out. I'm gonna tie them up once I'm done talking to you guys. But let's crack this box open and see what we got. Bog, what's up? Everybody say hi, what's up to Bog? What's up, Bog? Let's go fishing, Bog. You can't go fishing though. Bog got a new collar. Check it out. Floral pattern collar. How about that? You look so pretty. As usual, guys, if you like these kinds of videos, support the channel. This is a grassroots channel, dude. I do it because I love making these videos, and you guys support these videos. So hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell. I'm gonna get out my rusty box cutters. And yeah, we got ourselves a box of goodies, and we are going to we're gonna get after it, boy. Check it out. Like I'm just gonna show you guys. Like it's everything from swim baits to crankbaits to scroungers to jig heads to skirt material. I got a bunch of stuff that I ordered to kind of prep myself for summer because we're getting here, and there's also kind of a late spring bite going on. So I'm gonna go through some of the stuff that I picked up, tell you why and what I'm gonna use it for, and hopefully some of the stuff might kind of trigger you guys to, you know, because it applies to like what you're fishing, and maybe it'll give you some tips or some ideas of stuff to grab from Tackle Warehouse or your local dealer or whatever. To your local dealer, that sounds shady, boy. Whoever you buy tackle from, dude, like to maybe pick some stuff up and try some different techniques out on the waters that you fish. So if you didn't see this video, I'm really proud of it. Shout out to Jacob Wheeler. This is the Accent Jacob Wheeler finesse buzzbait. Dude, I wrecked some spots on this joker. I even caught some largemouth on it. But check this thing out. If you didn't see the top water video, I'll put a link to it in maybe like the end videos or something. Go watch this joker. I use this. There's going to be a shad spawn going on still. The Smith Lake, Guntersville, TVA, anywhere. And everyone throws a buzzbait. Everybody throws a spinnerbait. Well, dude, like try the same thing but different. It's a little bit smaller profile buzzbait. You can still throw it on your standard medium heavy 7'2" rod. I throw it with braid, 40-pound braid, which actually, let's transition. I got right here, which I just ordered. I got a spool of 40-pound Power Pro. The reason I got this is literally because of those buzzbaits and a few other things. So as we move into summer here, there's going to be a lot of topwater bites going on. Whether it's the shad spawn, whether it's schooling fish, as the heat kind of turns up, those fish do get offshore, but they also get on top, especially if you're fishing early in the morning or late at night or as the sun goes down. Those low light conditions lead to schooling bass and schooling fish on top, even white bass, dude, which are fun to catch on top, which transitions into another thing. So this is, shout out to my buddy Jack Stein. Super cool dude. He's been a mentor to me with kind of just making the channel, developing the channel, and kind of trying to do more stuff for you guys. Jack, you're an awesome dude, and that's why I'm throwing the bait you recommended around. But this is old school, dude. This is a head, it's a baby spook, I think it's called. Yeah, it's like the baby head and spook. It's actually a saltwater lure, but you'll see right off the bat, it's a little smaller profile, but it's clear. It's a clear spook. Now, FYI, and this is something Jack told me too, is the hooks on here suck. Like, dude, they absolutely suck. It comes with one of those feathery hooks and then another one. So I did buy some short shank triple grips. These are a little bit bigger than the hooks that come on it. I think these are number let's see, number 4s. So these are short shank triple grips. It's the KVD, the mustads, but I'm gonna swap out my hooks on this, and then like if I got a spook, like a standard spook, or if, like I think I have one of those, the new version of the Reaction Innovation, the Vixen and stuff like that. Those are all great topwater lures. A Pop R, my Lucky Craft Gunfish. I'll swap those hooks out because the hooks that usually come with those baits, they kind of suck, dude. Just total, full disclosure, these are not that expensive, and they are worth every penny because you do not lose fish. So those are done. I'm just blazing through stuff right now. What else I got? So you guys know that during the summer, fish kind of get offshore. They get on some structure, whether it's shell bars down here on the TVA, brush piles down in Florida, any kind of offshore cover, even just a ledge, just an up and down kind of deal. Well, one thing that I've really liked throwing, and I'm actually going to crack these open real quick, the Boss jig heads. If you guys have watched the videos, I'm getting into making my own skirts, which is going to lead to some of the skirt material that I got. But the Boss jig heads are a cheap way to get quality jig heads without you having to pour them, and then you can make your own skirts using your skirt material maker. And then I have that Skirts Unlimited kind of base pack with all the things that I need to make skirts. But I picked up some football jigs in both 3/4 and 1/2 ounce. And these are a little different than your standard football jigs, and you can see right there, these are stand-up football jigs. Shout out to my buddy Justin Lynch, super duper stick on Gunnersville. He recommended using a stand-up jig like this. I still have normal football jigs, but with this stand-up jig, it's kind of like that Ned concept where it stands up. It's just a slightly different presentation. It's just reimagining kind of the same old thing. But dude, I get 1, 2, I get 4 jigs in a pack for I think like $5.99 or something like that. So it's a pretty good deal. And then I strap on custom skirts that I make for them. So I like them even more when I get done with them because I match up the watercolor, I match up the forage, whether it's brim, whether it's shad, kind of play around with it a little bit. I got another, let's see here. These are more stand-up heads. I got, yeah, these guys. You guys have seen these in the videos before. It's more Boss heads. These are bald head jigs, and I absolutely love them. It's a finesse jig, but it comes with a fairly stout hook, and it's just a ball head jig. What's nice about the Boss ones too is the line tie is somewhat kind of inside, and they actually ride cover super well. If you got any kind of rock cover or like clingy kind of gravelly stuff that you're fishing, try this. It's just like fishing kind of like a Magnum shaky head, and dude, it rocks through just about anything. You can fish them naked or you can fish them with a skirt. That's what I usually do. Absolutely killer on Wilson. This is like one of the 3 baits that I will pick up if I'm fishing a dam, like the Wilson Dam. I got to go to that Wheeler, or the Gunnersville, the Wheeler Dam. But if you're fishing a dam that has like chunk rock and stuff, you're still going to lose baits. That's just the reality of fishing that kind of stuff. But the nice part is you get 4 in a pack. And like I said, I make my own custom skirts. I can throw a little chartreuse in there because I've noticed that works especially good for smallies. So like a chartreuse pumpkin or something like that. But dude, this ball head, as I'm throwing everything, dude. Even on the ledges, absolutely killer. And 1/2 ounce is pretty much the size that I go with. You don't go any lighter. I'm fishing it anywhere from like 6 foot down to like 25 foot. What else we got here? So I did pick up some skirt making material. I went a little bit crazy, to be honest with you, but I ran out of some basics, and that's really what I grabbed. So I grabbed, let's see here, this is a pumpkin. I think it's a dark pumpkin, I want to say, but I really like this. I mix it with my green pumpkin, and I get kind of a brown green, almost like a camo style jig, and I really like that. Even on a chatterbait, if you look at brim, they got, your iridescence, your greens, and all that kind of stuff, but then they also tend to have a little bit of brown in them, or the shell crackers do. So I like that, and even there's a lot of carp on Gunnersville now. Those bass will eat baby carp. So like having something with a little bit of brown in it, I like it. It's a confidence thing for me. And like I said, I'm making a bunch of custom skirts, so I grabbed 2 packs. What else we got here? The other thing is, and you guys have seen chatterbaits in my videos since God knows when, like this year. Like it's been a staple. Well, I got some custom chatterbaits, and I make custom skirts for those chatterbaits. And some of the colors that I like that you don't often see on your standard color, like your standard chatterbaits, is like a clear blue, clear with iridescence. What else do I got here? I got like a purple clear. Now these in the package might look a little bit white. The camera's a little whited out too. When you actually take a layer out, you know, maybe we'll just do that real quick. When you take a layer out and actually look at it, they're not transparent, but they're semi-transparent. See how that's kind of like a little bit lighter than what your average skirt material would be? You get a lot of light penetration. This is actually the purple flash, which is pretty cool. And I'll make my own custom chatterbait skirts and stuff like that. And those are some basic colors. I'll mix these different types of clear, and what you end up with, I wouldn't call it a finesse color, but you end up with a very natural finish, because a lot of these brim, a lot of the shad and that, they have multiple versions of the same color. So like multiple versions of iridescent or like whitish reflective and that. And I'm able to kind of achieve that finish. And like I said originally when we started talking about skirt materials, I don't know if it works, but you know who like believes it works deep inside? It's me. So if I make that custom skirt, I feel a lot better about the bait that I'm throwing. But Skirts Unlimited, you can find them at all at Tackle Warehouse. What else do we got here? Oh, I'm also trying something. So the skirt rings, the grommets that came with my Skirts Unlimited box, thanks to you guys actually. You told me before or during the video that I put up that they kind of suck. And they do, kind of. What I've actually been doing is using them to actually get the skirt like onto the jig, and then I'll tie a old braid around it, and I'll actually tie the skirts down. But I don't want to do that all the time, because sometimes since I have all this skirt making material, I just want to rip the skirt off when I'm going to another lake or if the water changes and make another skirt. And I know it's a waste, but the skirt material is pretty cheap, so it don't hurt my feelings too bad. But Boss makes these O-rings just like this, and these are actually skirt, they're skirt grommets or skirt rings. And they have a little different format, and they're a little more like what you find on the higher end jigs and like custom jigs and stuff. They're a little more durable, and they're still gonna fit my skirt making machine. So I'm definitely gonna try these out. I don't know how they're gonna work. If you guys have any experience with them, drop them down in the comments box, but we're gonna try these jokers. What else do we got? Let's try something different. We already did jigs. Oh, so these are fun. So we're going into summer fishing. And summer fishing up here, one of the biggest staples on the TVA has been a scrounger head. And there's a million different ones out there, and that's actually what kind of sucks, because there's a lot of really junky ones out there. And when I say junky, there's a couple reasons there's junky. One, the bill kind of sucks on them. Two, the hook sucks on them. And three, the keeper sucks on them. I'm not saying all of them, but there's definitely like a wide range of options, and most of them aren't that good. So what I did is, you guys have seen this in the video before, Scottsboro Tackle. They make custom swim baits. They make some custom like swim bait head. They do all kinds of stuff. They do some cool stuff, dude. They make a scrounger that's absolutely sick. It's called the Sniper Head, and there's two of them. There's the Sniper Head and the Sniper Head 2.0. So the difference between the two is the Sniper Head 2.0 does not have a screw-on keeper. It's your standard kind of ribbed keeper, and the standard Sniper comes with a screw-on keeper. So I grabbed both. The other variation that you get is the bill. So I'm gonna pop this one out. This is the original. This is the standard Sniper with the screw-on. Now, you'll see, I'm trying to do that. So that is what's called a hard bill. They make them in two different versions, a hard bill and a soft bill. The hard bill is going to give you a very tight, very like one reel cranking. You're going to feel it go brrrr. The soft bill is a little more subtle, has more of kind of a wavy action to it. So I got both because I truly, if you guys watch some of the old crankbait videos, I truly believe vibration is key to unlocking bites, especially when you're dealing with schools of fish. So vibration, in the sense of a scrounger, really depends on that bill. So the hard bill versus the soft bill is going to give you two different kinds of presentations, even though they look exactly the same, to present to those schools of fish. So I got a bunch of those. The weight ranges that I'm grabbing is 3/4 and 1 ounce. 1 ounce is for super deep. Say I'm going to Pickwick fishing, 15 to 25. I'll probably go with that 1 ounce, especially if they're pumping a lot of current. If I'm fishing Gunnersville or if I'm fishing shallower, say 10 to say 20 or so. If they're not pumping as much current, maybe a little bit deeper than that, I'll go with that 3/4 version. But those two really cover me for the offshore style fishing that we're doing. If we're gonna fish shallower than that, I gotta get some lighter ones, but I think I actually have a stash of some lighter ones. All right, you guys are gone. Peace. All right, what's next? Oh yeah, I ran out of Neds, dude. So this is not mind-blowing or anything new. This is the Clint Davis toadstool. If you guys finesse fish and you need a micro hook in lightweights. These come up to 1/8 of an ounce. That's what I'm actually running. These are absolutely killer for smallmouth and spotted bass, anywhere down to like 10 foot or so. So I fish these around the dam. I fish when they're not pumping a bunch of current or in an eddy, rock breaks, anything like that. If I go up north this year, I don't think I'm going to, but if I'm fishing Green Lake up in Wisconsin or anything like that, this is the guy that I'm going to. Nichols makes a killer finesse head, and it's not as finesse as like the super finesse one, so I'm not afraid of opening the hook all the time. What else do we got here that's kind of fun? All right, this is a staple, and you guys told me I got to throw it. And shout out to Alabassin TV. Jason, dude, you schooled me on this joker one time when we struggled out on Gunnersville. These are Kitech 3.3s. Some of these ledge fish that we're seeing are very moody. Like, dude, they've been beat up already, even though we're early in the season. And I've been taking these guys and putting them on a very light head, like a 3/8, even a quarter head, depending on how deep, and super slow rolling them and finesse fishing them. They also apply, though, for Smith Lake, dude, for suspended fish. I can throw this out over 60 feet of water and reel it in super slow, get down to like 25, 30, and those bass will come up and eat it. But I really noticed this 3.3 Kitech is kind of the magic size. Not too small, not too big. Not going to use it when I got a mega school of big fish, but it comes in handy if I need to trigger some fish that I think are beat up. And I got quite a few of them. Let's see what colors I got here. This is blue, red, pearl. I also got electric shad and light hitch. So all kind of standard shad colors. I'm just trying to mimic either herring or shad. But I got like 4 or 5 packs of those, so I'm covered there. What other fun stuff? Oh, the grass is growing, boys. And when the grass is growing, that means frog season. Live target, I think they used to be called coppers. The live target frog is my favorite frog. Not the most durable frog. You know, might not be the best frog. I got a ton of confidence in it, and I love throwing it. This is the green toad one. I have some black ones and some brown ones, but I grabbed an extra because what happens is you go out, you fish, you get on them, you tear up a frog, and you need another. But if you're frog fishing, pads, heavy cover, this is a more heavy cover style frog, and this is the 55 size, I believe. The 55 or I think it's 55 or 65, but it's the middle size. But live target frog, dude, absolutely killer. Let's go back to some Scottsboro stuff. So that scrounger rig, you got to put a trailer on it. I've been playing with a Gambler eel, and I really like that, but I wanted to play with some other trailers because I really noticed that doing something a hair different makes a mile of difference when it comes to these schools because they see a lot of baits. So it's a Scottsboro tackle. I don't even know what they're called. The Sniper Shad. Obviously, it links right up with their Sniper head. These are hand-poured custom straight tail baits. Now, they're super soft, and they're going to tear up. But, dude, look at that finish. I think this is, like, the light hitch. Like, is that not absolutely killer? Like, that thing is going to quiver. This is the 5-inch version. I didn't get the bigger ones. I wanted something smaller and a little more subtle because if I want to go big, I got some of those big. I think the eels come in, like, 6 or 8 inches, so they're pretty stout. But I got 2 boxes of those, 2 little packages. They come in packages of 2. But super soft, going to tear up. But, dude, like, they look super cool. Shout out to my buddy Walt. He actually is the president of Halo Rods. He put me on this. So as the grass comes up on Gunnersville, a wobble head is a great way to present like a burner craw or something like that. So what I did is I grabbed these wobble heads. These are super cheap, and I'm trying them for the first time. They are Mesu, M-E-S-U. But they're just standard wobble heads. It's a 1/4 ounce head with pretty much a fine wire hook. It's not super fine, but this is a reaction style bait that you're fishing over the grass, so you don't need a super stout hook. Like basically they're gonna come up and eat it. You're gonna feel them like a swim jig, and you're gonna swing on them. You're not gonna fish it around in super heavy cover. Just grass, maybe 15-pound fluorocarbon, 7-foot medium TI is what I actually throw it on. But I'll put a burner craw or the smaller, the 6-inch burner worm on here, and I'll actually use this just like a soft plastic swimming rig. I'll even put a bacon rind on here and swim it over that eelgrass as it starts to come up in like 4, 5, 6, and there's like a 3-foot gap, and I'll just tick that grass with it. And what happens is this wobble head just allows the bait a little bit extra action. And dude, I'm telling you, Walt took me to school on it, so it definitely makes a difference when you're presenting that bait. Oh, all you northern guys. So this is something I've been wanting to try. And I've never done it, but I've heard a lot about it. This is the Stupid Tube rig. I've seen a bunch of stuff on it. So we do have smallmouth down here. They don't behave like the up north smallmouth, but what I'm really excited to do with this is basically it's a Texas rig internal tube weight jig. And what I'm excited to do with this is take this and put it in some of the tubes that I bought I bought a bunch of tubes and stuff up at Fleet Farm when I was up in Wisconsin. And I want to drag those tubes on ledges, and I also want to stroke those tubes, like take a white tube and pop it up off the bottom, just like a shad. Because if you guys have ever fished a tube and you start jerking it around, it darts all over. It does this crazy cool action, dude. It's like a glorified stick bait, but it does weird quivery stuff. So I want to take these guys and rig up those tubes and fish them in some places I haven't been able to fish tubes. In a brush pile, say on Smith, on some of those shell bars with some wood on them, even through stump fields and stuff along those lines. But this stupid tube rig, basically, you thread the hook through the tube and you bring the weight in, and then you Texas rig it. So I think this will be pretty cool. This is Secret Lures Stupid Tube Heads. I think I got the 4, yeah, these are the 1/4 ounce 3/0. I think I should have probably got the 4/0, but you know, whatever. Poor Tackle Warehouse, I have to make another order. All right, what else do we got? Oh, these are cool. So I needed a wacky rig worm hook for my Nico rigs, but I wanted something a little more stout. These are really expensive, but these are the G Finesse from Gamakatsu, and I got, I think, the 1/0. So it's a little bit bigger hook, but they do have a weedless wire. Let me just rip one off real quick here. They do have a weedless wire kind of protector, super subtle, but I'm going to use that on my Nico rigs, on my spinning tackle, with like a Zoom Meg trick worm, with a Gambler Ace, Fat Ace, something along those lines. It's super sharp. It's a little stouter than your standard like Nico rig hook, but they came highly recommended. Shout out to Tim at Hammond's Fishing over on Lanier. He told me, hey dude, these jokers are worth every dollar, and if Tim tells you something like that, you follow his lead, because Tim catches some giant spots doing a lot of different stuff. He knows how to finesse fish, and definitely stop in that shop. Tim is awesome. Good people, dude. All right, the other thing is too, we were out fishing with Ryan Salzman. You guys saw him in a bunch of the videos. Shout out to him. Alabass Guide, go check him out on Instagram. This is one of my favorite grass fishing square bills, and it's not actually a square bill. It's a round bill crankbait. It's the Lucky Craft BDS, but we talked about it in the video. The bill is rounded. As this grass and the eelgrass and stuff comes up, it comes up below the surface, maybe 2 or 3 foot. I actually take this guy and I put it on 15, sometimes 12-pound fluorocarbon, and I'll rip it off that grass just like you would a trap. During the summer, it's absolutely killer. For you guys up north, try this. It smokes them, dude. But I'll be doing that on Gunnersville and anywhere where that grass comes up and it's below the surface, maybe 2 to 3, maybe even 4 foot, and I'll be twitching the tips of that and ripping it off. All right, what else do we got here? Oh, you know what? I gotta show you. So I bought a present for my old man. My old man is going to Wisconsin to go muskie fishing, and he's probably gonna be pissed because I'm about to open his deal. But I bought him a reel to go muskie fishing, but I wanted something that was a little more manageable, but at the same time would accommodate. He doesn't throw giant lures, he's a little bit older, but he wanted something that could throw some of his bigger stuff. So I bought him a Shimano Corvallis 300. It's your standard round reel. It's like old school reel, but dude, these things can take a beating. They're a little slower retrieve, and they can hold a whole bunch of lines. So sorry old man, I'm busting out your reel. So this is it. Like I said, it's just a round bend reel, super straightforward. They can take an absolute beating, and you can throw big swim baits on this. You can throw musky lures on this, just about whatever you want. It has a huge amount of line capacity, but that's Shimano Corvallis 300. Super durable, and I think, dude, it was like $89.99 at Tackle Warehouse. Super reasonable too, you know. Last but not least, so it's ledge season, dude. So what happens in ledge season? You throw crankbaits. That's what we're calling them now, crankbaits. Everybody calls them a plug up here. But I picked up some crankbaits that I like, and then something that I've kind of been sitting on that you guys haven't seen a ton of in the video. But we got some 6XDs. This is one of the new colors. What's it called? Turtle shad. Jesus, no wonder nobody bought it. It's ugly. No, I'm joking. It is kind of ugly. But sometimes those ugly colors work, especially Pickwick has some smallmouth mixed in their largemouth schools, and having a little bit of chartreuse. I've had a lot of muddy water too. I wanted something that had a little bit of brightness but looked standard. It's got a semi-purple back, a little bit of chartreuse on it. That's turtle. And then you can't go wrong with, this is, I think, green, yeah, green gizzard shad. Like, dude, if you're going to buy a 6XD, buy it in green or blue gizzard shad. I don't care where you are in the country, you're going to catch fish on it. So this is the one I've been sitting on, though. These are some of the best crankbaits right now on Gunnersville that I can tell you about. Literally, dude. They're the 6 Sense Cloud 9, and these are the C15s. I also have some of the C20s. Why are these things so awesome? They're not perfect in every situation, but they have a more aggressive bill than your 6XD. And even though it says they only go down to 15 foot, I can hit on 10 pound or 12 pound test approximately 18 to 21 feet with these jokers. And they dig, dude. They go straight down, they dig super hard, and I will literally grind like your teeth aren't supposed to when you go to the dentist kind of thing. I will grind these jokers across the bottom. And dude, they're either gonna blow up the school or they're gonna react to it. And the nice part about these 6 Sense baits is they come with triple grips, dude. Like, they come with decent hooks. There's no hook swapping. On my 6XDs, I swap them to Mustad triple grips. These jokers come equipped, ready to go. They actually didn't have the colors that I wanted, so I bought some secondary colors. This is what's called Wild Shad. It's got a little chartreuse in it, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue. I actually used this on the what is it, the C25. I got quite a few of those in a silent as well as a standard. And then I also got something a little different. This is a citrus shad. There's something about that green back with a little bit of blue in it out on the TVA. I don't know if it matches up with the green water. The shad gets some kind of glimmer in them, but this joker is absolutely killer. So that's how to waste like 350, not waste. That's how to spend like 300 plus $400 at Tackle Warehouse. I'm a champion, but Tackle Warehouse, like I said, I love you. No hard feelings, dude. You guys help me out, and I love these baits. So if you're gonna get out and do some offshore fishing, or even you have some late spring fish, these are definitely some baits that you need to try. I'm gonna be distributing these throughout my boat right now as soon as we get done with the video. But I hope this helps you out. If you guys got any questions about any of the baits, I'm gonna put links to them down in the description box at Tackle Warehouse. That's not just what I'm throwing, but it's what the stuff that I didn't have to kind of move forward in the season, or stuff that I lost, you know, in the past couple weeks that I was fishing, that I need to re-up on, because that's just the reality, because I've been kind of dragging my feet on making an order. So get yourself some baits, grab some stuff, get out there and go fish, dude. It's the best place we can be right now. It's our happy place. Go to your happy place. I'm going to go to the bass zone here and rig up some rods. But if you guys got any questions, drop them in the comments box down below. And thank you guys for supporting the videos. Like, literally, you make them happen. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you out on the water, all right, guys? Peace!